So I just started to play Plants vs. Zombies again, and I pretty much have beat the whole game. So I would say it's time to be ranking all the plants in this game. So let's get right into it. You know how this works, you know what I'm saying? Starting off with the pea shooter, you know how this works. First plant when you download the game. I would say this is a solid A tier for this plant. Doesn't cost a lot of sun. Pretty basic, but sometimes you gotta love the basics in them, you know what I'm saying? Next off, we have the sunflower. Where do I begin with this plant? Definitely putting this at S tier. Pretty much the start of it all right here. Without the sunflower, we have no sun. Without the sun, we got no plants, you know what I'm saying? So it's only right to put this guy in S tier. Next up, we have the cherry bomb. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna put this at B tier. It's not the best plant in the game, but I haven't really, especially for the first levels, I haven't really had any problems losing. So ain't really much of a worry for me. But if you are losing at the start, 150 sunflower, I guess you could bomb the plants away if you're losing. That's why I was gonna go out B tier. Could be clutch, but ain't really using it, you know what I'm saying? Then for 50 sun, we got the walnut. Much rather have this over the cherry bomb because you can get a pea shooter and this, and you'll still have some defense after you use it, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's not really worthy of the A tier, so we're gonna stick with B. Next up, we got potato mine. For 25 sun, I'm gonna have to put this at C tier for the sole purpose of I don't really use it ever. Next up, we got ice pea shooter. And this is definitely going at D tier. You know what? Matter of fact, put this at F. The only time I've ever used this plant was in the vase mode. That's the only time I've ever put that at this plant. It's a pea shooter, costs more, and freezes the zombies. I don't really got else much to say. I just don't really use it that much. Next, we got Mr. Chomps. Might have been a little hard on Froze OP, but it is what it is. Mr. Chomps at 150 sun, gotta go at D tier. He one-shots zombies if it's one vase in front of you, but then after that, he takes an hour to digest the zombies, so. Next up, we got the double P. I'm definitely putting this guy at S tier. Nothing better to get through a game fast, you know what I'm saying? Get through it fast with this double guy. Shreds through zombies, add a little fire guy, torch, whatever he is, torch wood, and boom, they out. Now let's head on to the night plants. First off, we got Puff Droom, 0 sun. I mean, I gotta put him at S tier. It's 0 sun. And you could beat the whole game with just using him. So realistically, this guy has no range, but he does shred the zombies. So gotta give it up to him for a little short guy. Next up, we got Sun Shroom. I'm gonna put him at B. Pretty much just the sun, but a little worse. And it takes forever for him to grow, but he does get up there in a little bit. But I mean, for 25 sun, he ain't that bad. Next up, we got Fume Shroom. 75 sun for this guy. And he blasts through doors. For this guy, I'm going to put him at B. Nothing really special about him. He just busts through the screen doors. That's pretty much it. Next up, we got Grave Buster. I'm going to have to put him at B too, because he's the only person in this game. Plants vs. Zombies 2, you could bust through the graves, but in Plants vs. Zombies 1, he's the only person who can bust through the graves. And sometimes those zombies get a little annoying, especially if they're up too far, you can't place them down. So he gets a use, but his only use is pretty much in the night mode. That's his only use is in that mode. Next up, we got Hypno Shroom. I'm gonna have this give him a D. The only time I ever used this plant was for the football zombie. And basically what this plant does, it makes a zombie turn on your side and attack your opponents. Next up, we got Scaredy Shroom. I'm gonna be honest, I'm putting this guy at A. He costs 25 sun, and all you have to do is not let the zombies get close to him. But if the zombies do get close to him, then he gets scared and he bundles up in the ground. Other than that, 25 sun, normal damage, you know what I'm saying? This guy just doesn't like people. That's how it be, you know what I'm saying? Next up, we got Iceman. Now, I didn't really use him a lot. Only really used him for the last episode. This guy costs 70 sun, and he freezes every single player on the planet. We'll lock him at B. Next up, we got Doom Shroom. Putting this guy at A tier. He kills every zombie on the map, but he leaves a crater in the map. Putting him at A for the sole reason is he cannot be used on sun maps unless you get that little bean for 75, which ain't worth it. And now we move on to the pool. Starting off the lily pad, putting him at A tier. 25, and if you don't have him, you pretty much can't place anything on water. So next up, we got Squash. Pretty explanatory. He's gonna take you and squash you. For 50 sun, I'm gonna put this guy at S tier. He can be used on any map and can pretty much take out any zombie. Next up, we got Triple P. Now this plant shoots 3 Ps, 1 in each lane that you're next to. Everyone be hating on this plant, but I kind of like it a little bit. B tier. Next up, we got the Assassin Kelp. 25 sun, only water plant. He'll take you in water and kelp your shake, if you know what I'm saying. Now I ain't saying it's bad, but his only use is pretty much for the snorkeler zombie. Or I mean a bucket guy if you can't get the bucket away. D tier. Next up, we got Jalapeno. Takes out all the ice from an ice zombie. You know, those little Zamboni zombies that in the cart. Takes out every zombie in one lane. Pretty decent. I'll give him B tier. Next up, we got Spiky. Could be used to pop tires, but mostly used just to chill in the front, you know what I'm saying? But this guy does have health. He does have health and he does break. But you can upgrade this guy, but we'll get to that later. So right now, C tier. Next up, Torchwood. 175 sun, pretty expensive, but this guy does blast the pea shooters. So pretty good, especially if you're like playing Last Stand or one of those modes. So I'm gonna give this guy B tier. You know what? Scratch that A tier. If you got one of these guys behind a tall walnut, ain't no one getting past. And matter of fact, next up we got tall nut. Pretty much a walnut, but better. Bro's taller, he got more health, maybe even more health, if you know what I'm saying. But I mean, I gotta give this bro the S. Like, I don't think I've ever had one person pass my tall nut, you know what I'm saying? Next up, we got the fog zone. First plant, sea shroom, 0 sun, but it does take forever to load. But I mean, the whole water can be clear with just this guy. So I'm gonna have to put this guy at B. Next up, we got the lantern. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I use this guy in the fog zone. But like, is he worth it? No, I only use it just so I could see. We're gonna put this guy at D. Cactus. Now, this guy gets a lot of hate. I'm gonna be honest, I low-key like him. He's pretty chill, so I mean, but for 125, you can just get a pea shooter and get one of those balloon guys. But for his purpose to take out the balloons, we'll give him C tier. Now, the blower, this guy takes away the fog and all the balloon guys. So if you in a pinch got no cactus, this guy's perfect. We'll put this guy at B. B, because he could only really be used on one map. Well, I guess he could be used on the roof with the balloon zombies, but actually, you know what? A, because I mean, bro does come in clutch, so. Next up, split P. Only real use is for the miner zombie. Only 25 more, so just for his use, we're gonna put him at B. Works as intended. Starfruit, this guy is so inaccurate. It low-key makes me mad. Bro shoots in every direction but the zombie. But he does shoot in a bunch of directions, so I mean, I guess C. Next up, we got pumpkin. Bro is literally just a shield for your guys. So bro has to be an A tier. You can put the pumpkin on a tall nut and bro will be unstoppable. Next up, we got magnet shroom. Works pretty good. Takes a little time to recharge, but what do you expect? But you could definitely put 2 of these in front and it takes out all the bucket zombies, football zombies, and makes them way easier to fight. So A tier. Now we go up to the roof. Starting off the cabbage, it's the pea shooter at the top. We'll put little bro at B. But now the flower pot, okay, I'm gonna be honest, same thing like lily pads. Same purpose, to plant. With this case, you can only plant on the whole map if you have one of these, so I'm about to say S. And I look like the roof map, kind of one of my favorite maps, so. Next up, we got kernel nut. Okay, so I like him better than cabbage. That's the only reason I rank cabbage a little lower. I like that he has butter and it slows the zombie down. Because for me, I feel like I always be getting butter, so that shit wet, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put this guy at A tier. Almost to B right there. But next we got coffee bean. I ain't got nothing to say. F. What do you need the night plants on the top day for, you know what I'm saying? Then we got garlic. I don't think I've ever once used this. Kind of a cool looking plant though, so for that I give him little tops, but I'm just gonna have to say F for him too. Garlic just makes zombies switching lanes and make a funny face on it. You know what? Just because the face, we'll put him at D tier. Because I mean, that kind of makes it like I want to put it in my deck just so I get that face, you know what I'm saying? But next we got umbrella leaf. His purpose is to get that guy that's throwing hamburgers, not to hit your plants, and it just bounces off. And he also bounces the little Spider-Man zombies off. So for that, he could come in clutch, but I ain't really use him if I'm gonna be honest. So just for that reason, putting him at C. Next up, we got marigold. It just gives you coins. So if you like coins, I mean, good for you, but don't really care about the coins. Kind of just takes up a slot. F. Next up, we have a melon. Bro is low-key just perfect. Bro, I like the skin, you know what I'm saying? I like the skin, but there's a lot of damage. I think it does splash damage too. I mean, I'm gonna have to put this guy at S. Hey, next up the special ones though. Next up we got the Gatling P. This guy you place on a double P shooter, and bro's pretty much just an upgrade to him. Put him on, you get 2 extra bullets, so 4 altogether. Takes a little bit to recharge, but when you get him going, you could wipe out every single one. Bro's good for last stand, the survival modes, you know what I'm saying? But low-key gonna have to put him at A tier. Now we got double sun. Some people say about him, but I low-key do be using the double sun a lot, just get my sun up, just so I can for sure win the games, you know what I'm saying? I kind of see benefits with it, so I mean, I don't really see people that be hating, so I'm low-key gonna put this at A tier. Now we got Gloom Shroom, a Fume Shroom upgrade. This guy right here is low-key satisfying. Bro, this is a Fume Shroom, but does the fume in every single area, you know what I'm saying, all around. But I'm gonna say for this guy, B low-key. Next up, we got Cat's Island, bro. Oh my God. Place it on a lily pad, and bro can shoot anywhere, anybody, anytime. If you ain't know about this guy, just get out. S tier. Next up, we got Ice Melon. Melon upgrade, you put him on the melon and you could freeze zombies. This one low-key ain't bad. And like I said, I do low-key use him, so I'm low-key gonna put him at B tier, only because it is 500 sun to get both of these guys. And like, I mean, it does have splash damage, but I feel like I'm being too generous on the plants, so. Next up, we got a magnet upgrade. This one's an upgrade for the magnet, but he can only get coins. So if you're coin rushing, I mean, hit him up, but F tier. Next up, we got the spike upgrade. Good thing you put in front of the horde of the zombies so they get tapped, double tap, you know what I'm saying? Bro's hitting the A. Next up, we got a cob cannon. This one here you place on 2 corns, and bro turns into a cannon. This takes a little bit to load, but he can shoot anywhere and kills every single person in the range. So, I mean, I gotta put my man at S tier. Next up, we got the imitator. And this guy, pretty much, if you want to get another plant in the game that you already have, you put him in, and you could have the same plant twice, so you don't gotta wait for the recharge. So, but for me, I'm gonna put him at B tier. And that's it. Best tier maker on the planet.